are. We definitely are.
All right.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, man.
It's been a day for both of us, I feel like.
Are we like officially, let's
I
see if
think we're officially live.
okay. My God.
Chantel's right. We did have feral children today, and they broke both of us, I
They
think.
broke us. We did not win
I know. And then I was like, when I have a bad day, I like to go get a Coke from McDonald's
with
because
French
we don't.
fries. And it's like
What
$5.65 or something like that.
I did not do the French fries today. I was trying to be good, but I was like, I'm going to get a Coke. That'll be my reward for having a hard day.
A McDonald's Coke, which is apparently better.
Well, we don't have it in the house anymore because trying to be healthy and all that. And
Yeah,
so
that's
if I
fair.
want one, I have to go to McDonald's. I have to get a Coke. And
Some
I don't
people
know.
go to McDonald's on purpose for the Coke,
Yes.
is my
So
understanding.
I'm sure my
You're
mother-in-law is
now this
one of
person.
them. I am, but it's only because I'm trying to be a good person and not buy the Coke because I will drink all the Coke. I'll have like three a day. It will not be good. But anyway, so I digress. I don't know what it was, but as soon as I start drinking this Coke, it feels like my throat is starting to tighten up. And I'm like, this is weird. And I know my mother is allergic to caffeine. Like it developed after she
Oh.
had us. And I don't think that's it because I had a fair amount of caffeine today and was fine. Like I think it was just something,
Probably anxiety.
I mean, maybe. So I'm like feeling like I can't breathe in my kitchen. And so I take a Benadryl and I'm like, this is not a good way to start the night when we have to do a live in an hour and a half.
Right.
But it's
No,
also, I don't want to die in my kitchen. So I take a
that's fair.
Benadryl. I go sit with my kids for a minute, which make me really more challenged. And then I'm like, I'm gonna go lay down for a little while because I know that I have them all day tomorrow by myself. So it's like you can manage for a little bit, husband. You can do
I
this. I'm going to go and like I was texting Chantel, I was like, I'm not in here writing. I'm not doing anything.
She's like, I'm in
I'm
my
not
cave.
I'm not listening to anything. I'm literally
That's
just
not
laying
normal.
there in the dark, like just
Very abnormal.
calm me back down.
Right?
Oh my goodness, it was a day. So
Oh,
apparently today is the feast day for Saint Francis of Assisi.
oh, about
Yes.
a what?
Yes, the patron saint of animals in the Catholic Church. And so there was a
It's
text
Blessed
message.
Animal Day, as I told my
There
husband,
there was a
who's
text
not
message.
Catholic and doesn't
Well,
understand.
neither am I, but our kids go to Catholic school. And so this is what I mean, I had a fairly decent day. I had a good work day. It was a full work day, which is not, you know, what I love on a Friday. I like to have a chiller work day on a Friday, but I had a lot to do today, which is fine. And got it all done. And and this is part of the reason why I get this text message to you can bring your pets in for blessing of the animals at 3 o'clock. And I'm like, I have too much to do. I'm not going to make it in time for that. Mind you, I have done this every single year prior to this year. And
Your animals are very blessed.
I'm thinking if I miss one of it, it'll be fine. I get there right at the pickup time. My 5-year-old is in tears because I did not bring an animal to the blessing. She continues to be in tears for a good 20 minutes afterwards and is very angry with me
I'm
because I
sorry, I'm
did not
laughing.
bring it's so bad. And I'm
It's
just like,
so
"Oh my
bad.
gosh. Oh my
I'm
gosh."
a really bad friend.
No,
You
it
text
was
me and
not
you're
good.
like, I'm the worst mom in the world. I
I
didn't
did.
bring an animal for Saint Assisi's Day or whatever it is. And I'm like, you didn't bring an animal to the
I didn't.
school.
I didn't. I probably should have brought Remy. He could have used some holy water, but
Yeah, right? I
oh
mean,
goodness.
at this point, you could have borrowed an animal. I think they've all been blessed at this point.
I
Yeah.
think they have all been blessed, except Jelly Roll, because Jelly Roll does not do, I mean, Jelly Roll is a lovable animal, but she is
She's a
also
lot of animal.
she's a 75 pound low to the ground tank. And so
I
that
finally met Jelly Roll, and my
doesn't work very
impression
well.
is like, in Beauty and the Beast, where the footstool
Yes,
comes up,
that's perfect. And knocks
except
everybody over.
think of it as more of an ottoman
Yeah, it's just this big
and not a
round
footstool.
bratwurst of a dog
It really is a
that
bratwurst of a
that
dog.
just goes straight for your shins and is very excited. And it's because that's her level. That's where she's at. But anyway, so she's very upset. So I get
You
daughter number
failed.
one. I
Yeah.
did. I failed miserably. So I get daughter number one to dance. I'm taking daughter number two, who's the one who's mad at me for not bringing the pet to be
The
blessed.
blessed pet.
And we're going, and she's been wanting to learn to play the piano forever. And I'm like, you know what letters are now. You can count, you can read numbers. We can start with piano lessons. So we go, and she's losing her mind because she thinks that the beginner piano book looks babyish. And is just
Everything about Lily is like
throwing a
no
temper t-
babyish.
throwing a temper tantrum in the middle of the music store. And I'm just like, why? Why am I doing this? What? Where did I
Should
go
have blessed
wrong?
the
What
animal.
did I do? Like,
When did I do to deserve this?
like, I don't know. It was just a hard moment. It was a hard day.
Oh my
And then I was
God.
like trying to bribe her. I'm like, hey, if we go through Costco really quickly, then we'll have time to pick up the new Taylor Swift record and we can have a listening party tonight. Because I'm still trying to do the good mom thing, right? I'm still
You're
trying to
trying
turn
to
this
like win
around.
a little bit.
Yes, and I'm trying to like spend some quality time and we can listen to the new record and all this stuff. And then we get to the record store, and then she's throwing a fit because she wants the sticker. And so the guy gives her a second sticker. Does she say thank you? No, she's just
No.
a little snot about it. And I'm just like, where did I go wrong with you, child? Like,
Not a piece, Lily.
she's a tiger lily.
She's a tiger lily.
I know we have moms on here. Did any of you end up with a child that just has a chip on their shoulder? And would you successfully turn that around? Because that's where I'm at right now, where I'm like,
Brittany,
I don't
do you
know.
consider her a little Nesta?
I mean, that's what Chantel was saying. She's got strong Nesta energy, which if you don't know what we're talking about a quarter thorns and roses, who is the oldest sister,
She's
who
not, is she the oldest?
she
Yeah, she's the
is.
oldest.
And she thinks she deserves everything and isn't
She's
necessarily
just
willing to work for it
a little
un,
brazen,
until the fifth book she finally finds something worth working for. So this is
redemption
one of her.
arc.
Farrell's second child. Yeah, that is accurate. This is also a pandemic baby. She was
Mm.
6 weeks old when the country shut down, so I don't know if that has long-lasting social effects. But yes, any
We will find out.
we will. If anybody has advice on how to turn around a child who is just one of the women on the cruise was like, Lily's kind of a glass half empty kind of child, isn't she? And I'm like, yeah, I think she is.
Oh my
This was
God.
in this was in the middle.
And it's her natural inclination
It is.
to everything. It's just that is that baby.
Yeah. I don't, well,
Oh
yeah,
my
poor
gosh.
socialization. She did not like enter the world until she was two
But then again, I
because of the
have the most
pandemic.
pleasant little 3-year-old, three going on 4-year-old ever, who's never been around anybody. It's just like
But you take her places, right?
not really on purpose.
Oh yeah, because you like to stay home too.
I like to stay home. She didn't
I
even
don't
start
know.
preschool until, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago.
I don't
But
know.
I think sometimes it's just
The child.
they're born with it.
She definitely is born with it, that's for sure.
You can't look at how cute these little fussy cuts are.
Oh gosh, that's very fun. Is that rifle?
No, this is an art gallery fabric
Okay.
line from last year called Christmas in the Cabin.
Oh, that's adorable.
Oh, look at them. They're so cute.
Are very cute. I totally just bounced live on the internet more than I
Well,
intended to.
it was like did you guys watch our reel?
I hope so. Oh,
I hope you all watched our
we've
reel
we've
because
had over 2,000 views across platforms of that reel. I just want you to know of you saying you really want your potato.
I want my potato. I did want my potato.
She
I
did.
deserved that potato.
You definitely did. Hey, I'm doing quilting related things today,
Me too.
and
I
hopefully
have
not
a quilt test
pirating
to
my
do.
face here. But speaking of feral second child, we are quilting together, and so I have to press these so that we can do the next step. So she picked this fabric out when we were in Vancouver. If you are ever find yourself in Vancouver, the shimmy. Yeah,
The
there's the
shimmy.
shimmy. Um, and so she picked out fabric to make her first quilt. So these are some of them, and we're just doing giant 4 patches because that's easy enough when you're 5. But oh,
And
I
yeah.
have a funny shimmy story. So this has been talked about occasionally on here, but in college I used to belly dance as a workout and as a bar trick. And
Both very
both were
useful
very fun.
things.
Yes, and it's a great workout. Excuse me, I've had like a tickle in my throat all week because the weather's
Well,
changing. But you have to move your upper body completely separate from your lower body, so it's a really great ab workout without like feeling like you're doing crunches. And so I had,
I'm having a remembrance of like you trying to
yes,
teach me this and me being unable to do it. I'm like, my upper body and my lower body are connected. They're very close together. Like you can't
well,
like
so
not.
are mine. We're the same height,
I know,
Chantel.
but I remember like trying to explain this to you. Like it doesn't work like that.
So what this is like back in the early 2000s when you couldn't just like pull up a YouTube video and learn how to do belly dancing.
You had to
So
take a
what
class.
well no, I had DVDs. I still have
You
them.
had a DVD?
I have like a dozen DVDs, Chantel.
Oh my
And
God. This is
like
what I want to watch in the car on my next travels
I
because that's the
literally
only
still
DVD
have
player I
them.
have.
They're in my they're upstairs in my living room. And
Dear Lord.
so I would practice all summer 1 year between freshman and sophomore year how to get the shoulder shimmy down. And this was like my thing that I was going to figure out. And so like I was trying to get it down, trying to get it down. So finally I got it. And my niece now is doing competitive dance. And my sister goes, "Oh, you got to teach her how to do the shoulder shimmy." And I
Target
was
sister.
like, and I'm like, I'm gonna knock that child out if I teach her to do a shoulder shimmy now, because
Right? There's
like
more than the shoulder.
the girls are just gonna have their own mind at this point, and it's not gonna go well.
And my mind instantly goes to the scene in Dumbo where the pink elephants are like doing the belly dancing. Isn't that Dumbo where that happens?
I know they're dancing. I don't know if it's belly dancing.
I'm pretty
I
sure.
the last
Tell
time
me,
I
people, belly dancing in Dumbo. I swear it was a thing, but it was like a lot of.
the last time I watched Dumbo, I think I was
I
just
can't
trying to
watch
have
it
as
um
a mother.
as a
Yes,
mother. I can't.
I started watching it when I was, I think, very early on it with one of the girls. I think it was Angela. And it
God.
was just like a background something. And I got to the scene where they take her Dumbo away from her, and
Nope.
I started sobbing. And I was like, it's not her fault. And I was just like, I
I
lost
can't
it.
do it anymore.
I
After
lost it.
having children, is that Fantasia? All right. It's Fantasia where they do the belly dancing.
All right. I'm gonna keep listening to you guys, but oh, excuse me, I need to get some water. Um,
And you dying
I'm
from your Coke
dying.
earlier?
I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I've had a
We
cough like
never
all
know what
week.
we're doing.
And I told my husband, I was like, I need water because I don't think it's a good idea to mix alcohol and Benadryl. And he's like, weakling. And I was
I do it all the
like,
time.
I'm like,
It's
yeah, let's do that
fine.
live on the internet. That sounds like a really great idea. And and he's like, well, I guess that makes sense. But I can still hear you all. I'm just going to my kitchen.
Oh, well, that's fair. So you can still talk to us too.
I can absolutely talk to you unless I get out of range, which is also possible.
Well, you won't be able to see my cute penguins doing skiing moves, but they're
I
very cute. I'm putting
can
them up on
imagine
the
them.
screen.
I can
Although
imagine that they're adorable.
this is a really cute fabric collection. I'm kind of glad I hoarded this one. This is going to be really worth it. So I'm doing, I can't show you in the pattern, of course, because I'll get in trouble, but Due North Handmade, who I found on Instagram, because I'm mostly on Instagram, has this pattern coming out that's like all these little ornaments and presents under the tree. And you know, I'm all about Christmas. So this is what I'm working on, and I'm doing all the little fussy cuts for the ornaments right now. And then so that's this mess of a collection. Here is my
Excuse me.
ornaments.
I'm gonna
You
die.
alive? And
Maybe.
then this is my background. So it'll be like this. That does not look great like that, but you get the point.
That is very dark for you.
I know, but see, it's a lot of negative space.
That still makes sense.
And I don't mind dark when everything else is very, like, everything else is so light. And the stuff that I want to stand out are my little guys and my little houses and
Yeah,
so I don't mind having it all dark. It's also going to be really, really good quilting space.
true. You can have a lot of fun with that.
I can also have a lot of anxiety over that.
This may be my
That's
problem tonight.
Yeah, that is a
Let's be
lot of
honest. This is
space.
probably me. I'm having anxiety tonight. That's probably what's going on.
It's probably what this. Oh, here's the pattern. Don't die.
Um,
She's kind of like, it's beautiful. Well, she says she loves it.
I do love it. I'm also
No, she's
dying.
dying.
I'm gonna die. It might happen.
If you take a good look at this, there's actually fabric in there that's not released until like next year for Ruby Star. So
Ooh.
there's a pickle ornament on there, and I'm like,
There are very few companies that are doing advanced fabric anymore because it costs so much money.
it's so cool though. There's pickle ornaments. If I could do a whole thing of pickles, I would do it. I
I
love
think I bought
pickles.
Adam a pickle. No, I bought him an
We have a
eggplant
pickle one.
ornament once because we have this
That's
tradition
fantastic.
where we buy ornaments every year of things that we're interested in. And one year
And he's so interested in
I thought
eggplants.
it would be hilarious to get him an eggplant.
That's really
Uh,
funny. I love
he,
that.
yeah.
That's funny.
I asked him this week if I could dedicate my book to him, and he declined.
Well, and then what did I say? Oh, well, thank you. I'd be happy to be in the front of your book.
Oh, goodness. It was hilarious.
It was
But
like, no, you don't have to put me in the front of your book.
you want to know what his
However,
reason is? This is his
hmm,
reason. He goes, I don't want people to think that this is a play-by-play of what you and I do because he thinks that it's all spice. And I'm like, it's like 3 scenes over 300 pages. But you hear about it often because this is a part
right.
that I want to make sure goes well.
That's the part that I need, you to like give some input on. It's not necessarily all of it. And to be fair, up until when I started reading it, I was pretty sure that you were just writing all spice too.
I was not writing all spice.
Turns out there's some entree for that spice.
There's a whole lot, whole lot.
There's a whole lot of entree for that spice.
And olive oil ornament. That sounds fun. A legit kit pickle jar pattern. That sounds fun.
Oh my gosh, that would be so cute. Shut up.
Joanne
I
doesn't
gotta.
have a project because she's pet sitting.
Oh, well, I if
That's
I had
okay.
to lift my hand off of a pet that I was sitting, that wouldn't work out for me. So I
Ugh,
understand completely.
I might die.
Don't die. I don't suggest it.
The problem is, I do this every year. When the weather starts turning in the mornings, I'm a hot mess. And I haven't been sleeping well because of Remy, which I feel like
Well,
we
you
should
should
probably
probably
update Remy.
explain. Yeah. Actually,
So
we have a whole week of stuff that we didn't
we
even share
do.
with you guys. We are a mess. We're really
So
happy you're on your projects, guys.
we are.
You should come on a
Ah,
cruise with us. Did you hear
we
about
should.
that?
Yes, we're going
Anyways,
on a cruise.
we're a mess.
We are a mess. So last weekend, Chantel and I had our 100th anniversary of the sorority that we were in, where we met.
Hmm.
We had our meet cute. Um,
And we really did officially
We
meet
did.
in
We
that
did.
sorority. We did
Do
not
we
meet
want to
before
share
that.
the story? I feel like maybe not.
I feel like I'm not, well, I mean, if you go get yourself a real drink, maybe we could. A
I'm
Benadryl,
fine sharing it. Mom, if you're watching this,
Mom's not
stop
watching.
stop now.
Nobody.
I didn't have any alcohol
It's
until I turned 21. Not a single drop, Mom.
and then
So
I
you
drank all of it. No, I
just
mean,
don't
no, it's
just
fine.
nothing else happened, okay? This is not real. This is
Well,
fiction.
didn't you tell your mom finally that you used to ride your bike down to the thing and go swimming and stuff? And she's like, "Oh yeah, we used to do that all the time."
Yes. She made me do
So
the same
like
thing.
the guilty, you can't.
This is true.
Mm-mm.
So
Anyway, here's my little coffee drinks.
we were we were all given a bottle of champagne each. Cheap $5 champagne, not good champagne.
Andres, if we were lucky.
Andres, yep. And we were told drink it as fast as you can. And then we were
We
blindfolded.
were never ones to turn down an opportunity like that
I was
either.
second down and first back up. So I don't do anything in half measures. I did good, not good, depending on how you're looking at it. But anyway,
I don't remember what happened.
I mean,
That's probably a good thing.
I was 20. It's not like I was like an 18-year-old. Like I was close to legal age, but
You
still
were there.
obviously did not have a fully developed frontal lobe to think this is maybe not the best
We
decision
think
of my
about that
life.
all the time, by the
And
way.
what did I do before I had a fully developed frontal lobe? So then you get
What
blindfolded,
didn't I do?
and your first activity after everybody has consumed an entire bottle of champagne is to try to line up in height order while blindfolded
Blindfolded.
on a hill while significantly inebriated. And so we actually did pretty good. Our year did.
Our year did really good. I was
And
number 3
and I was number
in height.
5. And that is Chantel and I's meet cute.
Yeah,
Is
that's
us spending the next 6 weeks. One person who even was in between us. Do you remember?
Derby.
Okay,
Tara,
I
because
remember.
no offense to her at the time. She was just really
She
ready
was
to
very
be like,
serious.
she was a tiger lily.
She definitely, yeah, she would have gotten along well with my child. So
Here
that's how
I am,
Chantel and I
like,
met.
because although I fit into the overall scope of our sorority was not like pink and roses and baking and all
Our
of the
sorority
things.
wore camos, and my senior year, we beat every single one of the fraternities in keg races. So, Mom, that didn't happen. That was a lie.
You
Um,
were 21 at that point.
I was 22.
No, see, even better.
So, see, this is fine. And
It
but
was fine.
we were not Elwoods.
No, but at the same
We were
time, there
closer
was
to
one
like Laura
other
Croft
person.
Tomb Raider
Yeah,
is what we were more than anything.
definitely. I would have to say that I personally, and always have been, more of an Elle Woods.
You do enjoy your pink.
I do. And
But
but I'm not a froofy, fussy type of Elle Woods, I guess. I would definitely, well, she was smart. She had all the things and determined and everything, but not like that sorority.
yeah,
So I had my own battles to kind of fight in there because I came off as a little weak because I was very excitable about everything. I was just very cute.
you still are cute. Not was,
I
you
know.
are.
And now I'm willing to embrace the fact that everything needs to be rainbow colored and things to make me happy. But it was not the sorority that was like, embrace your inner pink, right?
No,
It
it
was
was
not that
more, it
one.
was filled with 80 women who knew who they were,
Oh, they
knew what they
knew.
wanted out of life, and knew the path they were going to get it. And that was a very important thing that I needed at that point in my life. And
And for
so
most people, that didn't come off as I knew that I needed rainbows. I knew that things weren't all sunshine and rainbows, but I needed the rainbows. It didn't always. coincide right. But the
Yeah,
people who got you totally got you.
for
And
sure.
it it was definitely, I mean, there was somebody else that was definitely more sunshine and rainbows than me in our pledge class, so it worked out fine. We ran in,
Yes. Who we ran into.
yeah. So it was it was fine.
Yes. But so that's what we did. And I felt like we did pretty respectable Friday night. There was a big like banquet and it was like attending a wedding. It was really fun. And there were
It was so
people from
amazing
like the 60s all the way to like recent grads that were
pledging in the
there.
60s.
Yeah,
So, born in the 40s.
it was really cool. Like they were talking about women's lib and like at that time you couldn't wear a skirt unless it was like 10 below. It was insane. And so it was really fun. And we were quite respectable in terms of I felt like being out to like a reasonable hour to where we're like, yes, we still have it. And then the next day, we had activities all throughout the day. We're walking around and it's hot. And at about 7 o'clock, we're sitting around this event that supposedly everyone's coming to, but no one's there in
Hmm.
time.
After
We're look,
taking a nap, by the way.
yeah, and we're looking around at each other. And we're like, we're all done, right? We're like, yep. And so we all were in bed in a hotel by 9:30. Chantel was probably passed out by like 8-ish.
I didn't
And
fall asleep for nap time, even though nap time was my idea.
I don't think I fell asleep either. I just very
Yes,
much
you
enjoyed
did.
it.
I heard the Italian lady snore.
Did you?
I did.
Okay,
It
I
wasn't
definitely
bad
snored.
though. It was better than it used to be. If
Well,
you
that's because
must
I've
know.
lost 30 pounds and that does it.
That's
But
what did it.
yes. Adam today was like, you haven't been complaining about your leg hurting for a while. I'm like, that's because I lost weight and I'm not pinching the nerve anymore. And like, I could still lose more, but that's mainly the thing is that my gut is no longer so large that it's pinching a nerve that is making me hurt all
John
the
and I
time.
have this running joke, and it's terrible, but he read it somewhere, and he's like, somebody says that their knee hurts, and he's like, that's because you're squat pressing a small German car every time you stand up. And so our running joke is like, I say something hurts, and he's like, but have you been squat pressing a small German car? And I'm like, hey, like, play nice.
I know.
But anytime something hurts, we always ask if the other person has been squat pressing a small German car.
So we had a very good time. We were
It was
reminded
so good. And we were with
that
a
we are
friend
in, yeah.
that we haven't been around in so long, and she rolled with it. I hope she's here. She might
I
be.
don't know,
It's her
maybe. It's
birthday.
her birthday. She's not hanging with us. Hopefully she's
No,
better
no
things to do.
way.
But
We told her that she's picking up a hobby, and she's like, "I what?" And I'm like, "I'll send
she
you stuff."
subscribed. She subscribed and she watched a video. So anyway, so we had a good time.
Aw.
It was fun. And then Chantel hung out for a while. We did our live to talk about our cruise Q&A.
And I just
So
wanted my
that's really
potato.
fun.
I ate all my favorite foods. So where Stephanie lives is where I grew up in that area. And so
Yes.
the foods are like
Going home. It's like a
God to
reminder
me.
thing.
It is just, it is everything. And so it's not just the Augie foods, it's the Quad City foods. And
There
some
is
of those,
there's a Quad City style pizza
yes.
around here. And
If you've ever had a taco pizza, that originated in the Quad
okay,
Cities.
that is the dumbest
Nope.
invention of all time. I'm just
It's
gonna put that
delicious.
out there. It is a pizza where they bake it and then they throw some Doritos on top. And they're like,
It
this is a
has
taco pizza.
beans for the sauce. It's fantastic. Don't let her
It
talk to you like that. You can
no,
have whatever you want. You
don't.
should like it.
No,
It's so good.
not it, not. I disagree.
To be fair,
Respectfully.
John eats the Happy Joe's special. Do you know what the Happy Joe's special is?
I have no idea.
It
She
is
did eat
a,
a hungry hobo. That was the
oh yeah, I
potato
had a hungry
that
hobo.
she was jonesing after in the blooper reel I sent out.
Mm. Oh, I love my hungry hobo. But back to what a Happy Joe's special is, which is very important. It is a
Oops,
Canadian
sorry, Renee.
bacon pizza with sauerkraut.
That's so gross.
John loves it. The I literally got past the fact that I was an hour late by bringing that pizza.
I feel like we should probably like, say our area was founded by Swedish immigrants.
Oh
So
yeah,
there's kind of
Jenny
some
Lynn.
weird. There's
things
some
like
weird
that.
food things around
Yeah,
here too that are related to that.
I mean, they're not weird to me, but
But
then again,
yes,
I grew up in the area, so
but yeah, so it's, that was our thing. And then while we're eating Whitey's ice cream, another
another local
staple of
have
the
to
Quad
have.
Cities, I get this
Who's our
phone
Quad
call.
Cities person that is always with us?
She's not on tonight.
Moline.
I think it's JD or something, but I don't see her tonight.
Okay.
But so we're eating there, and my daughter calls and is like, "There's something weird with Remy's mouth," and I'm like, "Well, have your dad FaceTime me,"
Yeah.
and he's like, "It's no big deal,"
It's
and I'm
like he
like,
has a lump of meat in his mouth. And we're like,
and I'm like,
what?
this doesn't sound right. So he's got a tumor like the size of a silver dollar under his tongue at the front of his mouth,
It's
and
not good.
it is bad.
It looks
So
bad
we go to the vet, and the
on
recommendation
Monday. Yeah.
is to remove a portion of his jaw. And I've come to the decision that I do not want to put him through something like that. I do have an appointment with a specialist still, but it's like a ways out. But we found out though
Baby.
he's only 9, and he was my grandma's dog, and he's like my shadow. Like he has to be in physical contact with me
Is
at
he
all
with you
times.
right now?
He is, but he is currently on the couch on the other side of the
I'm
room.
just saying,
It's
he's there.
comfier.
He followed
Yeah,
her the whole time I was
he's
there.
everywhere. And um so like when he goes, it's gonna feel like losing my grandma
I
again,
know.
I think. But because he was her shadow before he was mine. And she was very, very happy. Like she cried on the phone when I told her that he had a home with us for life. Um,
I had to
but
have
he's
that conversation with my dad recently where it's
oh
like,
God.
yes, you can get a new dog. He's like, good, I already got one. I'm like, you're done. I'm like, you can't
This
do that to me. He's like,
this
he's great. I'm like, I'm sure he is. Is he gonna fit in? I already have 3 dogs.
My grandparents adopted this dog as a 1-year old when they were already in their 80s. And I turned to my husband and I said, well, we're getting another dog at some point. And he was like, okay, fine. Like it was just like assumed from the minute they got it. I was like, at some point, they're not going to be able to take care of this dog and he's going to come live with us. And we just knew.
He's so sweet
He is
too.
so sweet. But his lungs are clear and the blood work came back today and that's clear. And so I have a call in to see if they can just remove what's there,
Right. Like do
leave
a
everything
dental
intact,
situation and
like leave
see what
everything
they can.
intact, but like remove what's there and but leave like no bone loss and just see what that gets us. And then they can do a biopsy from what they take out because they would have to put him
Right.
under to
Multiple times. Yeah.
yeah. And I'm like, I just want him out one time, s- see if they can just do what they can, and then see what that gets us. And I think
Poor
that's where I've
puppy.
landed. Because that just sounds horrible to remove a portion of your jaw. And it's not like he has fat to lose as he like
No.
recovers, and eating would be challenging. And
I've had a
I don't
lot
know.
of dogs with dental issues, and I will say if you consider it more of a dental issue and not so
Oh,
much
it's
of a
not.
bone issue, I know, but
Like
like
it's a
Ben had a
very
broken
invasive
jaw
thing.
where they had to take out the teeth in the bottom and
Yeah.
like they almost had to wire it back, but they decided he's very old too. Like very like a lot older than Remy.
Yeah.
And so they decided not to wire back his jaw. But upon removing all the infected area, it was able to essentially re, I don't know, remake itself into
Yeah.
a sturdy but shorter jaw. And
Yeah.
then Henrietta didn't have a lot of teeth either. Um, Ben still has 7 teeth.
I think
All of
that's where
them are
Lady
lethal.
was at the
Lethal.
end.
Yeah. Lethal teeth. He'll show them if he must.
Yeah.
And yeah, I that's hard. But
It
they
is.
recover really well from these procedures and they come out of it. It's not like it's not the same as if we had part of our jaw taken out. Like it gets
Still.
harder. I know it's not ideal.
Like he would be losing like half of his bottom jaw,
Ugh.
which is a lot. So I don't know. I don't want to do that to him. I just
No.
don't. I think that's too much. And I think at that point I would be doing it for me and not for the dog. And
That's fair. Here's a
so
cute block to make you feel better.
that is adorable. I
This
get
one's
it.
really weird. It's like a stripe with it. So I'm just fussy cutting the part that I want out
Yeah,
because I
I've
want the
done that
cute,
with a few things
I want the cute,
sometimes.
I don't want the stripe. Because if I cut that without fussy cutting it, I'm gonna have this weird this thing.
I should maybe someday do something with the Nutcracker knit fabric I bought several years ago.
Oh.
That would be smart. I would actually do
I
something
have
with that.
plenty of fabric that actually I have one fabric over here that is just so Chantel, I can't help myself.
Oh my gosh, that is a pink
It is a
vintage
pink
Christmas
vintage
tree.
Christmas tree
Don't
with
you have a
the lights.
collection
I
of
do.
glass Christmas
And
trees?
I do not have I almost bought a giant pink one last year. A giant one.
I
Like
almost
two
bought
feet.
one from the antique store, and then I saw what they were asking for it, and I was like, I don't need
How
it
much
that
were
bad.
they asking for it?
It was well over $100.
Dang.
And I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah, but your friend might next time.
Keep an eye on Fred Nethels. If you ever see anything you like, I know the owner.
I should.
Because
I should. Oh, and I
we used to
love
be
my
down the
Christmas
street
tree
from
display.
them.
You have a Dickens Village, though.
Well, from
I
my
don't have a
grandma, yeah.
Dickens Village. And I would love
You
to
have a
have one.
Dickens Aldi.
I have an Aldi. Yes, I have an Aldi Christmas Village.
It
Did I
looks
tell
like
you I was accepted into the influencer program for Balsam Hill, which is a
no.
very bougie Christmas. Well, not Christmas. They're more of a holiday decor company.
Oh
And they're
well,
not
you will
just
handle that.
holiday, you know what I mean? They do other seasons, but in the same way that I decorate for other seasons, right?
Yeah,
Okay, it's all about Christmas. That's all that really matters.
yeah.
But I somehow managed to get into this insider program, and they're like, tell us about your style. Select from these things. Like, I try to do minimalish so that I can, you know, just get done quickly and all these other options. And then the final option was
Maximalist.
more is more when it
Hmm.
comes to Christmas. I was like, couldn't have wrote it better. And then I had to like leave them
Chantel
a
has
letter.
a storage unit just for her Christmas stuff.
I explained that to them. I was like, I can't function in my own home if I were to keep all the Christmas stuff around. I was like, I go from being kind of a maximal-ish person to being a true maximalist when it comes to Christmas. Like there is not counter space for your feelings in my house at that point. It is just,
It's a lot.
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Maybe,
Don't you
maybe.
dare say too much. I got a
No, I'm
rotary
just
cutter.
saying, maybe in November, I should plan some sort of new something that I'm going to do. That would be smart.
You're
Because right
thinking,
now,
yes,
I'm feeling like
this is why I love a quilt test.
I'm feeling very overwhelmed at just the idea of getting all the videos done before my fourth book comes out at the end of this month, which it's the last Tuesday of the month is when the book comes out. And my goal this weekend is to launch stephaniesebing.com and get the first video up. That's the weekend goal is to get that done. And then Chantel and I were talking earlier, and she's like, "You've named this absolutely correctly." So currently, my biggest distraction is that I've been working on my fiction book a lot and very much creatively fulfilled by that. And the next thing they want me to do is move on to like this editing phase of the class. And it was like, I have to schedule that call for like the 28th. I have to do it because it needs to be the day after that book is done.
No, no, I was like,
Otherwise,
you do it for the second. You are
yes,
not, you got to at least get the videos out for this. We need these videos.
I know you need the
I,
videos. But no,
I
the
am
book
a
comes
fan
out.
too. I
I
need
know.
the videos.
I know.
And so all of these guys are
The book
smitten.
comes
We
out
want
on the
your videos.
28th. The book comes out on the 28th. I've got a ton of videos to go out between now and the 28th, and all but like two are pre-filmed. And so it's a lot of editing. And I
And
have
one doesn't
two
get one because of a mishap.
Yeah, pretty much. I was out of practice and I didn't turn on the overhead
Oops.
camera and I can't get the fabric because it's so old. So I was like, well, we're not getting a video for that one. But there's QR codes in here and the places where the videos are will be, they exist already. They just aren't up and live yet. And so it's like this has to be done. Like this needs to be my focus. So I know even though it's going to be painful for me to like put that appointment out. I know I have to do it. I have to put it for like the Wednesday after the book comes
But
out.
what
Otherwise, I'm
she's
going to be in
talking
trouble.
about is her fiction book, not the non.
Yes.
So the fiction book can't get edited until after all these videos come out for her quilting book, or else
Or there might not be videos for a quilting book.
we all have to do these things to ourselves. Like,
I know.
you know how
It's like this will
often
be my reward once I finish all these things that I have to do.
the
I will get to
reward
do the
system
thing.
never ended for me. Like, I
Yeah.
gotta get a reward at the end. Otherwise, or at least that you did a good job at the end of something, or I don't feel
So
vindicated for what I've just done.
I don't know what it is. Like for me, like when I'm doing the process of making the quilt, the majority, like 90% of it, is the reward itself, doing the actual sewing and everything. Like that last 10% when I'm like, I just need this done, that part is when I'm like, I'm totally over this project and I need it to be done. But 90% of it, the reward is actually doing the work. But for some reason, I'm just not feeling that for video editing. And I think it's because I haven't had to do it in so long. Because I've had a video editor
Well, you also have a full-time
for
job.
like 8 years. Well, yeah, that too. But I
You
still find
have,
time
oh
for the
yeah.
things I
Oh,
want to do. So,
I just accidentally killed a bug on my fabric, and now there's a.
there will be a blooper reel to go with this, and it will include me killing a bug with a cutting mat, like like a
Ah!
spider, and I think it had green insides. Oh
Well, I hope
goodness.
it was a green item.
I what was the it was a cutting mat, so yeah, it was fine.
Great.
Everyone's been quiet.
I
Are we
know.
boring
It's
you
okay.
tonight?
They're liking us just chatting. They're getting their
I don't
things done.
know.
That's what they always say. We halfway through, if we're doing okay,
Look at
we
this.
have to be like, "Are you guys alive?" And they're like,
I
"Oh yeah,
have
we're here. We're
I
here."
pinned all the things so I can now do a thing with my child the next time we sit down to do
I need you
something.
to pin all my. I needed to snowball all of these.
That's no fun. I think I have actually my Christmas quilt. I think I have a stack that's ready to
I think you
press too.
do.
Let me go
Some of it
see.
is on the long arm because I put it
Uh,
there,
you're correct because you've been in my disaster that is.
and it's
You
not
know
that
what?
bad.
I should have sun
Oops.
or I should make it my goal that by the end of the year, I get the space cleaned up enough to where I feel comfortable working in it. Because I don't know about you guys, I have a hard time working when I see a to-do list in front of me.
Especially a to-do list
A
you don't
really
want to
hard time.
do.
Exactly. And everywhere I look down here, it's a to-do list.
My house is a to-do list.
There's boxes of things that I ordered and never opened. There are half-finished projects. There's fabric that needs to get folded and put
Ah,
away
so I'm not the
properly.
only one that hasn't opened their boxes.
Oh, my husband has commented on it
Bananas.
multiple times now. Um, Brittany wants to get into the book. Brittany is getting draft five, four, four.
I got
Um,
draft 3, right?
you're gonna get four though, because I had to move some things around in order to make it work.
I thought I was
But
getting 5.
I think I'm on four because
Can I
I've been
share a
read.
quilting tip? Since this is a quilting show, after all, I just
Yeah,
have a blurt to make.
no, you're good.
I like to fussy cut with these rulers, but they slide around everywhere. But as much as I love a good, item I can purchase, I'm still cheap at a certain extent. And so I use hot glue and I smash it down onto the backside of my rulers and it makes it non-slip.
Ooh, that's better than having to put that film on it.
Well, yeah, and it's clear because
Yeah,
it's so you can see it on the back of my rulers, but it does a really good job. like a really good job. I wish I put some in the
As we're
middle on
looking
this
at
one.
ornaments,
I know
we have
I
Drosselmeyer.
thought that this had some familiarity, with I love the way that she made
Yeah.
it into a little tree though. I have to ask her what her opinion is about me adding bows, like applique bows to all the gifts though, because I bows are a thing for me.
You do like your
Bows
bows.
and stars
Costco
and
already has bow ribbon out, just so you know.
I've already bought Christmas stuff for the year. I started
Of
buying my
course you have.
ribbon like last week. That's when the good stuff is out, you guys. So
All right.
I use a lot of my ribbon from the non-Christmas area because I have a tree that I decorate in pink and red. And to be able to get pink ribbon, you have to go into the regular section. So you got to buy that stuff when it's on sale.
All right. There's an actual quilting question here.
Happy we got you.
Um, there's a book out there that tells you what to do to make your quilt show quality. I don't know about a
I
book
don't
that
have
would
a book
tell
about
you,
that. And
but I
I
do
would
know
say
some of the tips. Are we first of all, are we talking about like a local guild show? Or are we talking
we
about
talking.
like I'm entering and hoping to win big prize money at like an AQS show? Because there's two totally different levels to that. So,
Also, there's a lot of books that will I'm a book hoarder, particularly a quilt book hoarder. I have shelves. Um, there's a lot of books that'll go into very good detail about how to master whatever craft it is. So, like, if you're looking into making a Hawaiian applique, make sure that you have multiple books about Hawaiian applique so you can get as much as you can get information wise about that kind of information. Um, I
so
don't know if there is a particular book that is kind of the guideline basis.
she's replying, hopefully, there's a couple of things that they'll look for more than others. I'm wanting to learn it all. Okay, so overall tips. They mostly like I will always snip my threads instead of bury them when I'm quilting. Don't do that. If you are looking to do a show quilt, you need to bury every single one of those threads with a self-threading needle. And if you don't know what that is, there actually is a video on it
We
on
have
our
some over
channel
here.
somewhere. It's been a while. And
Basically, they have a hook on the end
they
so
do.
that you don't have to thread it into the hole. You can hook it over the thread and then pull it back through the main hole of which it came from.
Yeah, so another thing you mentioned about binding is that you want to make sure that the batting goes all the way to the edge of the binding. And so sometimes if you do that and you pinch it, you'll feel like it's really hard to explain because it's very much a tactile feel
You
thing.
don't want it to feel empty at the
You
end,
don't. You
like it goes off of a little plateau and then has binding.
at the same time also you don't want to accidentally pull it so far back that it kind of folds over on itself. So it
Mm.
has to be like perfectly on. You definitely are going to want to hand sew your binding to the back of the quilt on one of those. You are not going
Oh,
to want to
there's
do it by machine.
also the now it also depends like if you're in the modern guild kind of situation, some of the rules don't apply the same way.
That's
This is
true.
more traditional quilting shows and things like that. If you're looking in a more modern sense, they are much more forgiving about that being part of the art
Yeah.
of the quilt making experience. Um, they tend to look deeper into the meaning of the quilt and less at
I would
those details that the quilt police would tell
I would
you
also
are things.
say custom quilting is probably a must in that situation. Like Panto's not going to cut it.
Matchstick
Computerized.
can do it if it's
Yeah.
modern,
And I'm trying to think.
but then again,
Computerized
I only play in modern, so
is
I'm not.
great, but you want to make sure that if you use computerized quilting, that it is sized to work with what it is that you are doing. Like you don't want to just pop on a computerized pattern and it's going to be perfect because the computer did it right. but you want to make sure that it is. I mean, I actually talk
The
about this.
scale makes sense
Yeah,
with the
yeah, the
overall
scale
scale of
needs
the
to make
quilt.
sense. Like,
If you
you
have
know, if
tiny piecing, the scale of the quilting should match that feel.
exactly. And like for something like this, everything in the background probably needs its own treatment, and then everything on the inside needs a separate treatment. And
Yeah, the
with
body needs a
with
facial and the other part needs a scrub. You
yeah,
gotta,
basically.
yes.
So those are kind of the really big things that you need to know. Obviously, your piecing needs to be as good as it possibly can get. Um,
I
this is
suggest trying to get the books from the big quilt shows. I have a couple of them. The
I
big
have
quilt
some like that
shows
too.
will have the quilts like all in a book that you can look at, and it'll talk a little bit about what the quilt is and all of this stuff. Those are really a good
The back of the
resource to
quilt
have.
also matters significantly because they will look at the
Mhm.
back. And if
It
you're
must have a
quilting,
hanging rod
well,
part
I
to
mean
it.
that's
That's a
just
given,
standard.
but at the same
But
time, worth saying.
if I'm talking more like if you're quilting on the front looks absolutely spectacular, but
We
then
don't
you
want
flip
pull
it over
throughs
and you
and
see like threads
eyelashes.
pulling through or eyelashes, or it just doesn't look as good because your tension wasn't quite right on the back, that's going to be a red flag right away. But honestly, I think that a
Don't let
lot of it
any of it diminish you
is
from
very
trying to enter.
subjective. So I have not had a quilt judged in more than a decade because I had one judged like right away early on just for the experience of it. And this is just at my local guild show. And they didn't tell me anything I didn't already know was wrong with my quilt. And so I was like, okay, whatever, no big deal. And so the next year I entered, or we do an every other year show. So I entered one that I had designed and it was applique, and I had really done a very good job with it. It was like this monkey hanging from a tree and it was a baby quilt. And someone told me you would have won first prize if you would have put that in the show, if you would have had it judged. And I was like, well, that's cool. So then the next time around, my sister had a kid, and I did a very similar situation where I had designed the whole thing. I did all the applique. I quilted it, and it was one of the best quilting jobs I had ever done, better than the one I had done previous. And there were only four quilts in the stupid kids category. Three of them are flippin' panels, but had been quilted by somebody who was really good. And they all
Oh,
won ahead of mine.
so the
And
quilting won, not the
yeah.
piecing.
And I'm like, this is an original design. And it was quilted quite well, but it had been used a little bit because it was a baby quilt. And then they didn't like that. And so that's another
That
thing.
is a
If you're
good
going to
point.
enter it in a show, it needs to be pristine until it's time to go into the show. Like, do not use it. Like, it needs to just be like it
And
just
not
came off the long arm.
washed.
Yeah. And so they didn't like it. And that was the last time I entered. And that was when my nephew was born. And my nephew is now 12. So that was just like, you know what? I don't need to deal with this. It's subjective. I'm not going to submit myself to that crap. And you know when you've done well, and you know when you've done, where you could improve. And I just was like, I don't need the
Yeah,
validation
that would
anymore.
feel crappy.
Yeah.
And but there's definitely two different camps when it comes to there's the modern group and then there's your traditional quilting group
True.
and it is just
Yeah,
a
do not wash it.
different
It
don't
needs
wash
to
it
be
beforehand.
pristine. Do not use it. Do not wash it. That needs to be
Unless
absolutely
that's part of the
spectacular.
art in a modern piece, you have to think like the way that the modern guild works is that you think of it as
An art piece.
an art piece, not necessarily a Tetris piece, I guess.
Like,
It's more for like if there's imperfections, the point is that it's imperfect, right?
well,
That's the
okay.
thing with a modern piece.
So I'm looking at country fair might be a better place for me. Even that's subjective. Like
And
some places will
don't let
bring
it
in,
limit you though. Try. Just try, take the
yeah.
feedback and you'll know better because I've heard time and time again, well, I would have entered, I could have entered. I've never entered a quilt and
I judged a show once, just a
oh,
local guild show, and there were hundreds of quilts. I had to look at every single one of them, and I had a scribe, and so I would look at every single one, and I was looked at it, and I was like, pick something good first to say about it, and then pick something that can be improved upon. And like that's kind of how I looked at it when I did it, because I was like,
what were
I
the
want
things that you wanted people to improve upon the most? What were the things that you saw continually that you felt like was
I feel
was
like
the lacking
people
item?
overlook how quilting can either make or break a quilt. Because I feel like at that point, a couple of things happen. Either we're like, I just need this done, and we
Hmm.
just pick something fast and dirty that will hold all our layers together, but it's not doing justice to the pattern. And sometimes
Fair.
it's way huge instead of what it could be to make it pop. Or we are on a budget, and which is nothing wrong with that. You're going to quilt by check, you're going to have a quilter do it, and you don't want to spend an arm and a leg. And so you go with like an all over, or you just don't, you know, and there are definitely long armors out there who can do an all over pattern that looks absolutely fantastic
You
on a book.
have many quilts that have
Yeah,
been done in the same.
very, very many that can do that, but not all of them do. A lot of them, like I saw a quote once, or a social media post, was like fifth quilt on the frame today. I'm like, that quilting was trash. There's no
Yeah,
way
there's
you did
no way
five quilts in a day, even with a
on that
computerized
frame.
system, and it was good quilting. There's no way. You were doing giant, it's done, it's secured, you can now use it without it falling apart quilting.
I have a quilt that I bought from a maker. I am in love with that quilt.
Yeah.
It sits on our sofa all the time. The quilting that they chose is an all over pattern, a large loop pattern, but the piecing is small.
Yeah.
I have parts of that piecing that, after being washed 3 or 4 times and having a dog rub up on it, it's pulling apart.
Yeah.
I'm
Let
like,
me,
I'm going to have to put that on a frame and literally quilt over the quilting
okay.
to keep that together.
I have quilts here that were done by an award-winning quilter, actually.
Which
Natalia
one?
Bonner. I have
Oh
multiple.
yeah, I watch
Um,
her videos. I love
but I'm going
her.
to show you a couple of things that I've done first. So this one was in a magazine, and
Ooh, what's that fabric line? Is that a cape line?
this is
No.
a Laurel Birch. So
Oh
it
yeah.
is just a loop-de-loop. That's all it is.
But
But
it's with the grain of the fabric. It's like with
I
the
changed colors with every single color transition. It was a pain in the
yeah.
butt, giant pain in the butt. But it is sized appropriately for the fabric
Hmm.
size that we're working with, and
It
the
matches the
color
yeah.
matches so that you're not, because my job whenever I worked with a fabric line was to make the fabric pop. So I always wanted to choose something that was going to complement the fabric and help bring the pattern to life without
The
detracting from
pattern
it.
of the fabric, not necessarily pattern of the
Pattern
piecing.
the fabric and also pattern of the piecing is what I
Okay.
typically pay attention to. So I enjoyed a good loop-de-loop on this. One, because I was on one hell of a deadline. And two, because I like the way that the loop-de-loop kind of contrasted with the angular designs of everything else.
Hmm.
So, it's a simple design, but it works. And because I did take the time to do things like change the thread color
Hmm.
throughout, it really just adds a lot of really great texture. Here's the pink side so you can see that. It adds a lot of really great texture without taking
I don't
away
know
from
if I
everything
would have
else.
taken the time to change all the thread. You
I
always
I
do.
love doing that. I don't always. I do it a lot though.
You pretty much do.
That's not
compared
always
to
true.
me. I
All
like a
right.
good variegated thread so that all of my quilting shows up because I feel like I paid the money to learn how to free motion quilt and I put a lot of time into picking up these skills. I the whole story behind how I learned to free motion quilt is that was going to send a couple quilts in to be custom quilted. And I quickly found out that it was going to cost me about 450 for one of them and another like 600 for another because I had big dreams. I knew what I wanted on those quilts. So I was like, if I would pay that much money to have something quilted, why don't I take some of that money, turn it around, buy a class or two, and learn how to do it myself?
All
And
right.
so that's what I did. I invested in myself, and that's how I learned how to free motion quilt.
So
Go
this one
ahead.
was done
Oh,
by
that's
Natalia
cute.
Bonner, and this used her 4-in-1 ruler. So she used one thread for this. It's all white throughout the entire thing. And she did
Hmm.
ruler work to outline, because this is just a giant diamond. This is on the cover of my first book. And
I
and
don't
then
think it
she
was quilted on the cover of the book, if I
it
remember
was.
right. Oh, it was. Okay.
Um and So, and then she just swooped around. And I love doing that with a big diamond. It's a great way to accentuate it, to kind of pull
Hmm.
away a little bit from the color. And
And it
then
gives it a
this,
little bit of motion.
there's also wool batting in this, which adds to it as well.
Hmm.
And then this is where it gets really pretty. So, what she likes to do is she likes to outline about a 1/4 inch away from wherever the piecing is, because then you don't have to worry so much if the thread goes over into the piecing, it's not as visible. And then she did a bunch of rule work, and then she did her freehand um,
Feathers, yeah.
feathers, which she's amazing at. And then this is a freehand
Like a
feather
feather
meander.
swirl motif, yeah.
So she really pumped up everything. And then this, goes all over the place. And it was
What
really
part
very
is
fun.
so sorry, it's hard to understand what the whole quilt is. So that's a corner. Were there four corners of that?
Let me get the book so you can see. Oops, sorry, Remy. Running into the dog.
Told you he'd be there.
He is always here. Okay.
Yeah, I love a variegated thread because then I can just go all over everything and
Oh, also,
pretend like I needed it.
I matched the binding to where the piecing was on this sucker.
Oh man.
Yeah, I did. I had a fun one on this. So this
Those are
is
the kind of
after,
details you want if you're going to be entering a quilt
it
into
is absolutely.
it's the
Like
little
literally
things.
it matches perfectly going down. And I actually
How
had
did
to,
you do that?
so I had the leftover fabric from when I did it.
Hmm.
But because we used the wool batting, it shrunk up quite a bit. And so I actually had to take like, I think it was like 1/2 inch off. I know I had to take something off in order to make this fit, but I was able to get it to go all along. It was
But
really
how did
fun.
you get it to piece perfectly where it met up?
I lined it up and I pinned it. Two pinning technique on the binding, Chantel.
Oy,
So this is the cover of the
sounds
book.
exhausting. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah. And let me find, yeah, this thing's giant. I cannot show it to you on here. Let me
I want
find
to
the
make that
actual
quilt
thing.
super pretty.
Well, it looks better hanging than it does on a bed, because this was like the very beginning of my modern life. And so I want to see if they have a flat shot of it. They do not. You can kind of see how it goes together though. So it's the star is on one half, and then it's hard to tell, but this is all open space. And
So it's
so,
kind of a now I can't think of the name of it.
yeah,
One of the, well, whatever. I can't think of the name of the like the star quilts that
it's
you.
like offset basically.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it was a really fun one to do. Absolutely very fun. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, let me get one other.
I love when you show us all your quilts. It
Oh, there's
feels like
so
a
many.
treat.
So this is an example of one that was done with a computerized Panto, um, but done really well. So when I send off, I typically am sending off to Shelly Moore of
We
um,
had a conversation with
yeah,
her,
she's been
early
on
video.
before. And she is really great because she spends a lot of time picking a pattern that really complements the design of the quilt and also sizes it appropriately to your fabric. So when she was choosing this one, she was choosing it so that every single, let's see if I can get it close up so you guys can see, like up and down, it
Hmm.
hits right in the middle and right in the middle. And that happens all the way across. And I believe these are stacked about an inch apart. So that
Oh,
way
wow.
it really makes sense. So this is a one thread, one simple computerized design, but it works really well with the design of the quilt. And it also works is because she took the time to size it and to make sure that everything is hitting right at the right spot, it elevates it significantly.
Hmm. Because what could really detract from the fact that you did all that piecing is for that quilting to just be like, er,
Off just a
you
smidge.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's supposed to be like this, and it's like, oh,
Yeah, like if
there's
this is
like
in
those
the
pictures online of things that are like things that make you itch and squirm,
yeah,
right? And there's like a picture of a cracker that has like the holes offset to the side, or a pencil that is like they're like
yeah.
one pencil is off and all the other ones are in a line and stuff. Like that's the stuff that
Yeah, like if she hadn't
it's just
hit here
perfect.
and here all the way across every single one of these, it would look not good. And it was
Nailed
just
it.
great. Just so great the way she managed this one. And
You're making me want to custom quilt all those quilts that I still
this
have
is not
sitting over there
this
to
is not
not,
custom quilted.
but it is still electronic
Yeah,
custom in a way because it
yeah.
is thought through edge to edge, right? It's edge to edge, but it's done in a custom manner.
This one is also edge to edge. And this was my fabric collection. And it's kind of a wood grain pattern, which she
I
picked
love
because
that.
there's like wood grain in the design of the fabric.
Hmm.
And so she thought that that really would work really well for that.
I like
So
that. But also, the time that you probably spent on that quilt was minimal because it's a
I didn't
split
even
four
make this
patch.
one. I had other people do
Exactly.
this one.
You should, and I believe this very fiercely, you should take the amount of time that you spent piecing that quilt and make sure that you are putting in the accurate amount of time into the quilting
That
that
I
you put
agree.
into the piecing. So if you hand pieced a quilt, don't just put a swirly edge to edge on it. You just spent years, if you're us,
Yeah,
hand
doing it.
making that Tula Nova. Please don't make it somebody's fifth quilt of the day,
No, don't do that.
right?
Absolutely not.
You should, what you put into it, you should put into it again. The
All right.
quilting is like the next part of the puzzle to make it what it is. And
So
just don't do that.
when I was doing, these are all stashin quilts.
Ooh.
When I did stashin, I had 6 to 8 days to look at the fabric, just decide what I'm doing with it, write the pattern, make the quilt, quilt the quilt, bind the quilt with glue. Not
I know.
actually for real. And and also film the video tutorials for it. So that is a crazy small amount of time. And but I still wanted every single one of those quilting elements to elevate the pattern and elevate the fabric. So this one is one that does that. And this is a combination of free motion quilting and ruler work. So I would take the ruler and I would outline my big diamond. And then I just did wavy lines hitting specific spots. So I obviously went straight up to down, and then I would hit the same few spots on the side in order to just kind of accentuate and use the quilting to kind of draw out the
Hmm.
pattern of the block, because it's the block in this case is a
I
giant
have that kit. I
diamond.
haven't made yet, and I'm obsessed
It's
with that
gorgeous.
quilt.
It's absolutely gorgeous and a lot of fun. And this is all white thread because I did not have time to change everything. And I just needed it. I needed
But
it
this is
done.
an
But I also
example of
needed,
modern too. Like it,
yeah, I needed the
the white
texture
thread looked
to
pretty
go with
cool
everything.
because it is just that extra element of texture.
Yeah. So, I mean, the time consuming part in this one is outlining each block with the thread, but that
Hmm.
also gives me space to travel so that I can go from here to the next one and then hit back down to center and go back up and around. So it's also a nice technique to make
Yeah.
that work. And I love combining a more organic element of quilting with a really sharp geometric design because I think it helps soften it.
Hmm.
And but in this case also helps really define that we have this giant diamond block and I'm quilted essentially each block on its
The
own.
giant
Yeah,
diamond,
the giant diamond. I treat it as one. Now, if I would have had all the time in the world, I might have done something in every single
where
diamond.
you would have maybe curved into each diamond
Yeah,
or something like
and I've
that.
I've done that before too. Um, I'm making Remy move all over the place. He's not happy.
You
Um,
got a whole shelf down. How many shelves do we have to go? Like 80? It'll be
we
fine.
no, we're not doing them all. I pulled the Allison
Everybody's
glass
into
shelf.
this.
I
Lone
pulled the
Star. That's
Allison
what I was
glass
trying
shelf.
to say, Miss Happy. Yes.
That one is not a Lone Star. That one's a 60 degree. So this
Well,
is
you're
one
not that
more,
one. The one before was kind of like a modern Lone Star.
I suppose.
Yeah.
So this one was also Allison glass. And this one I want to show for two reasons. One, I matched threads again. And so we just have a plain loop-de-loop in
A
the,
wishbone, really.
yeah, really, a wishbone, and all back and forth. And I changed threads so that way you're seeing the texture and you're seeing the
Not the color.
piecing, not the color. And then in the low volume half, I almost knocked my water over, it's all straight line. So when
Oh.
you look at it together, it helps differentiate your background from your pieced area
Hmm.
and just helps separate that. So that's one of the other things that I like to do when I'm quilting is make sure that the background stands out from my main pieced area because you worked really hard on that. You want people to know,
Hmm.
that your piecing was the way it should be. So that's kind of how I do that.
That one's
Typically,
kind of fun and it looks very
it is fun.
graffiti like just because of what it is, not
Yeah.
necessarily because of what you have done to it, but just that one in general has a really fun look to it.
But yeah, that one was that's a oh what I can't remember the name of it. But it's essentially an offset log cabin where you have skinny strips next to big fat strips. But it was that's kind of how I think about it. And I usually will start with the background in most
Hmm.
cases. Um, Obviously that doesn't always work if you have a whole lot, if you don't have a lot of negative space. But usually your background is going to be about half of your quilt. And so I will go through and do that first if I'm going to do custom and treat background different
Hmm.
than on the interior. And then that kind of anchors everything in place. And I do a lot of ruler work to kind of help keep,
You really do. You
I
love your
like to
ruler work.
help keep the blocks as square as they were to
Well,
start.
what was the like you can basically fix a wonky quilt
Yeah.
by basting correctly. So maybe you could talk
I
about that a little bit because I need to know more about that personally because
I
I
don't
mean,
know where this one is. My Tula shelf.
no.
Here it is.
I'm
I'm
trying
not
to
going to bring
fussy
it
cut
over.
this and I fussy cut a little too close to this fireplace and now I
Oh
can't
no,
cut out this fireplace.
that's too bad. All right, so I'm not pulling
But I
this one
got
out
the
because
pink Christmas
it's
tree.
it's giant and a pain in the butt to go back. But this one was supposed to be on a magazine, and the magazine folded like the issue before. And I had this is like Tulip Pink Garden of Eden, so this is a while ago.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I I had a jelly roll, well, strip roll because it wasn't from Moda. And then I had the old Denise Schmidt layer cake that had like 100 different solids in it that all worked really well with Tula. And then I also had the original Tula True Colors in it. So I was working with two strip rolls and
You had a hodgepodge, is
I
what you
had a lot of
had.
things going on. So, and it's all 60-degree triangles. And I was not advanced enough. Yes, you do have to put a label on your quilt before you enter it in the show, and then normally they tape over the back of it. So that way there's no like, oh, I know who that person is.
Identifying, yeah.
Yeah. Um, but
I didn't know that actually. You had to
yeah,
have a
you
label.
usually they cover it over. Oh yeah, because they need to know who it goes back to. Um, but anyway, so I was not advanced enough in my quilting at this time to know that not all 2.5 inch strips are 2.5 inch strips.
This is why I'm literally fussy cutting
Yeah,
all of these right now because they have pinked edges. Which part
yeah,
of the pinked edge is the outside?
yeah.
That part or that
So
part?
I had sewn all of these strip rolls together, and I was cutting out my equilateral s- triangles out of it, and I was not realizing that they were a tad bit larger than the ones that I was cutting to perfect size out
Oh,
of um
whoops.
the layer cake that I had. So I get to the end, I'm putting everything together. I'm on deadline for a magazine, and my quilt has got a good B cup in the center because it's not going together right. Because the diamonds I had on the outside of the quilt for the solids were way different size than all the diamonds that I had in the center of the quilt. And I was
Whoopsie.
like, well, shit, what am I going to do now? So there's a trick. You need a puffy batting. So I took polyester batting and then I layered on top of that wool. And that one helped absorb a lot of the fullness right there alone. And then what I did was I went through and I did ruler work to go up and down all of those triangles. I'll come back over here so you can see it.
Hmm.
So I was like going up and down, up and down, and that helped stabilize it. And then I went through and I used the 4-in-1 ruler from Natalia Bonner to do the swoops.
Do you have
And
that ruler out?
oh, God knows where it is. Um,
That's
but I
fair.
went I went through and I did that, and there were over 500 triangles in that quilt. Three of them you could tell are screwy that I wasn't able to flatten out. Everything else looked totally fine. And I mean, I was quilting like through the
The
night on that
definition of it
sucker.
quilted out.
It definitely quilted out. It took a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of going
This is why you measure
slow.
your borders.
Well, that wasn't even it. It was just
Well, I
the,
know, but I'm just saying,
yeah,
like, it's situations like that where you get that extra fullness.
yeah.
Your
So,
quilter doesn't like when you give them things with extra fullness.
well, and a good quilter will talk to you and say, "Hey, um, I've got an issue with XYZ. Here are some options." And, sometimes they'll do a tuck, and if they're good, you can't tell the tuck is there. Um, Other times, you know, you can really tell it didn't go so well. And sometimes it's like, well, do you want to take it off and fix it? And that might be the thing you
The
want to
right
do.
choice, yeah.
But also, they don't want to you shouldn't ever have a quilter who shames you for your piecing because if it's especially if it's like your first quilt. Like it is
Even if
what it
it's your
is.
third quilt, at this
You
point, it's
finished it.
just
Yeah, you finished it, and that's awesome, and that's great. And there's some sort of big quilting stitch out there that will be just fine and will make it work. Like it's okay.
yeah,
So the things I'm talking about are like they were going on in a magazine or in a book, and we had to figure
yeah.
out how to make it look good, even if it maybe wasn't perfect. So, like, I had no time and that one that I was doing for the magazine to be like, well, I guess I have to go get more fabric. Like, that was not an
Not an
option.
option.
No, it needed to be done and it needed to be done by morning. And I had to figure out an
Oh.
option that would work. And I did. And I quilted through the night and I listened to an Audible book and listened to the Irish bar next door and I made it through. It was fine.
That bar.
That bar. But
That's funny.
we could never, when we had a brick and mortar, we could never do an event on National Quilters Day because it was always the same weekend as St. Patrick's Day. And
Oh,
we were next to an Irish bar. So we had no hope of ever having parking because it was
ever.
the Irish bar to go to, the Irish bar.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I guess we will never do anything for National Quilting Day.
Excuse me. Ugh, I ran out of drink. Well, I have water, but you know what I mean. Drink.
I know. I know what you mean too. I was looking forward to my high noons, but I didn't want to die in my kitchen. So the Benadryl happened.
Go get your high noon. At least
I
one.
I don't want to. It's already 11.
Pressure.
I
Pressure.
don't need
No,
to
I'm
do
sorry.
it, but let's
I might
see.
do one. I'm packing for a trip, guys. I'm going to, well,
You
we have a
do.
wedding tomorrow morning. Not in the morning, but like we have to start getting ready for it in the morning, obviously. And then um and then we're at that wedding all day. We come home, we leave the next morning for the airport at like 7 in the morning.
You should
So
tell how you hacked your getting ready because this
you
was a
guys
good
use,
story. This was a
yeah, do
fun
you,
text message
we
string
want to
this
see more
afternoon.
quilts. You grab another quilt while I'm chatting.
Hey, I
You're
had to
like, I'm
refold
ironing.
all these quilts.
I would
I've
have
pulled
cuddled
enough
with
for
them.
today.
All
I've pulled
right,
enough
that's
for today.
fair. We'll give her the break. But I definitely have ADHD. Like I no question about it for anybody. Um and I couldn't figure out what to do first, what to do second, what to do third today. And so usually when I go into chat GPT, I tell it very specifically what I want and I'm very direct. And today I was like, I don't know how to pack for Disney. And it just blurts out, "Oh, you want to pack for Disney? All this stuff." And I'm like, "No, no, no, you don't understand. I can't start packing. My house is a mess." And it's like, "Okay, we'll clean first." And so it starts going through all the things we can clean. I'm like, "You don't understand. Like, I don't know where to start." And it just spits out this list, this like 5-page list, bullet pointed down to the time. I didn't even have to ask it, just down to the time. With the first thing being start a load of laundry so you have something to pack. It's like it knows me. It gets
It does
me.
know you.
It gets me. And so now I have this whole workbook of like what to do if I have to pack. And it goes through how to clean my house, not like just start in the kitchen. No, like where in the kitchen? Where do we start in the kitchen? Um, I could definitely use some of this stuff down here where it's like I love the recipe book that is a quilt pattern, right? Because it's like you cut the things and then you put the things together and it tells you what to do and when to do it. I was like, I need the book for like what to do with my life so I can make sure I'm packed for this trip. I got like twice as much done as normal. I was so excited. I bought the year package for my Chat GPT.
What I think is hilarious is Chantel used ChatGPT today to get her life together, and I use it because I've trained it to talk like my boss. And so I can plug in articles and be like, give me email content from this. And then it sounds like her. And because I am a one-woman marketing machine for a business that probably needs more than one, and this is how I can get it
You're
done
like,
with
we're
one.
trying to get all the jobs done.
Yes,
That's funny.
yes. Well,
That's funny.
if I had to write every single piece of email copy, every social media post, do all the graphics for it, talk to people to figure out what what are we actually promoting here?
Right.
Because
What are we doing here?
I get these emails that are like, hey, we have this event. I'm like, cool. What's happening at the event?
What is the
Well,
event?
here's three details. Well, I need at least three more. And what are you talking about? Do you have a
I was
presentation?
just feeling helpless today because I had
Yeah.
so much on my plate to pack. And to be fair, I've been packing forever, but like I'm a
Chantal
thinker.
is a planner. She's gotta have it ready. I am a do
That's
I
a
have enough
tomorrow
clean?
Stephanie problem
Oh my,
issue.
yeah. Well, tomorrow Stephanie is starting to be concerned that she's not going to get her videos done for her book. So this
Tomorrow
is
Stephanie's starting to have anxiety.
yeah. So today Stephanie is starting to worry about tomorrow Stephanie's problems. So
That's good. I
we've
mean,
reached that point.
I can't wait to see some of the videos. Some of the things you have in the book are really cool. Like, tell us some of the projects that you have in the book
Uh,
that,
Let me go get a book. I have 7 boxes of
ooh,
books in my basement. Let me go get one out. It'll be a minute
yeah,
because
that's
I haven't opened any boxes yet.
cue elevator music now.
I am
No, I'm just,
absolutely not hauling a giant box over here though. I'm just bringing one book.
wow.
I have, you know,
No,
I'm gonna be
they're
lazy.
heavy. They're
It's
not,
11 o'clock. It's heavy.
it's 11 o'clock. It's heavy. I'm not doing it.
So my husband's coworker is the one who delivered them, and he was like, "What the hell did you get delivered to your house yesterday?" And he's like, "Yeah, my wife is kind of a celebrity in the quilting world,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah,
always a weird
actually,
thing to explain."
Happy's asking. I hope you don't mind if I just call you Happy. Happy is asking if what's going to happen if you don't have all your videos done when your book comes out.
Well, they'll get done eventually. Um, well, what'll happen is there's QR codes that go to academy.quiltaddictsanonymous.com. And so what'll happen is there will be a little placeholder there that says it's coming, and then my publisher will probably not be happy with me. And
Oh, so the content is truly connected and necessary
yes,
for the book.
very much. So this is a book, which I think is backwards because of Zoom camera.
No, it's
Um,
right.
is it right? Okay,
Yeah.
it looks backwards to me. So it is 12 projects all to do with panels. And Angela designed this one, and this tutorial already exists because it was done several years ago. Yay, me.
Yay!
Yay.
Bonus
Um,
project.
so let me find the cover page. So this actually came from a video that we did where it was all about things like 3 ways to use a panel. And it went so like crazy that we were like, well, let's do a whole book from this. So there are quilt projects, there's bag projects, there's home decor projects, and it's all from like simple wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I can have this done in a couple hours to this is going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah,
So we
like the
have
baby was born early to the fact that I know somebody's graduating in 2 years.
like this one is
Projects.
legit just 36 by with a fabric panel that we quilted and bound. And it's a play mat now. And it's super adorable and cute. Um Also this placemat. You can get a lot of placemat panels now where if you put the right interfacing in it, you're good to go. You're super easy to do. Even like this tote panel, super easy. Once you get to pillows, depends on how fancy you want to get. We have some options for if you have smaller pieces of panels to put together. Um, if you just want it to be art on a wall. Of course, there's quilting projects. We have where you have a vertical panel that's traditionally sized for 24 inches by width of
Hmm.
fabric. We have horizontal, which is 24 by width of fabric. And then we have the digital, which is becoming more popular, that is 36 inches by width of fabric. And then a bunch of other sizes that exist in there that you can play around and have some fun with. So there's lots of really fun projects. There's a tote, this one is a tote that is sized to be a carry-on for your luggage. So it's really fun. I really had a great time making it. It talks a lot about fabric selection, um to go like how I purchase if I don't know what I'm doing with it. Like I just know that I like this panel and I want to get some coordinates with it so I can figure it out later. What is a good buying guide? Also a lot of times I know I'm guilty of this too. We go buy a panel because we like it, but then we don't get anything with it. So how then do you do a fabric pull? So there's some instructions on how to do that and how to use the the SKUs on the side, you can see that all these little dots on the edge of fabric, those are all the
Hmm.
colors that are used inside the panel. So then I just did a poll for my stash to find things that would work with that color wise. And so this was all just stuff I had in my stash that could work with this random panel that I purchased at some point in time. Um, what else? Lots of
I
quilting
really love the
techniques.
duffel bag.
It is fun. Like I talk about how to fuse interfacing, how to
Oh,
fussy
don't you
cut.
talk about like sometimes a panel isn't the size you need it to be.
Yeah. So we talk about how to make things work, um, when it isn't quite where it needs to be. And basically all the quilting patterns, let me find it. This is Little Lily, by the way.
Oh,
I had so much fun staging these. It was
you
so
really
fun.
did. You're like, I got a tea set.
I
Show them the tea
did.
set.
I went to Goodwill and then I ended up also because I wanted a few more pieces um at an antique store so that I had a mismatched vintage china set that I could stage a tea set with and I made all of those tea cakes and things to go with it. I
That's
made
crazy.
these are marshmallow meringues and then these are filled strawberries and we had like little lady finger sandwiches and when we were all done we had a tea party with my with my
The
niece.
American Girl dolls.
Yeah, they're American Girl dolls. They were in princess costumes. It was absolutely adorable. Um, so it was a lot of fun. And it shows you like seasonal options too. So like this one, I did all of Stephanie Brandenburg. She's really a great designer and she always has a good panel in her projects. So this one is just, you get the panel, you get a couple coordinates, you quilt the bejesus out of it, which I did. And then you can see I've staged the same area to look different depending
Yeah.
on what season you're looking at. And here's the winter one.
I love that
When
one.
was able to get an amaryllis bulb in like January and and it worked out for that one. But that was a lot of fun. I used a lot of real flowers in the photography too. That was kind of fun. That was the first time I'd done that. But when you get to the actual quilt ones, it goes over what size border you need to add to get it to work with 12-inch blocks. And so then you don't have to follow my design. You can pick whatever 12-inch block you want to go along that and really make it your own.
I love
And a
that.
lot of them also have multi sizes or how to flip it and make it work. So this one was designed for a horizontal quilt panel, but you can see you can flip it and make it work with vertical as well. So it really,
And there's a QR code there
there
that you
is.
can see that there's, for
So
example,
at some point you'll be able to scan this and get to the video tutorial on how to do it. And in the videos I go over how to cut your panel, how to go through everything. So this is the first tutorial that's done and is going to go out. So this is for the one that's a digital panel. These are becoming more popular where it's
mhm,
36 inches by with the fabric because that is possible now with digital printing technology. So it gives you more options and gets you a bigger
mhm,
starting point. And so again, this one tells you what do you need to add for borders to get it to fit a 12-inch block, or in this case, a 6-inch block, and it gives you options for how to make that work. So you this one shows you how to trim it, how to add your borders, and then I give you the tutorial on how to do these two blocks as well within the same one. And that all comes out. And it was a lot of fun to do the book.
Our church said that he just pre-ordered, or he or she said that they just pre-ordered the book off of Amazon. So that's really
Perfect.
cool.
Thank you. I want to be number one on there again. That would be really cool if I could make that happen. But this one also shows you how to do it on different sizes. So, like, this is the original,
Hmm.
but we also can make it bigger, and it just shows you how many you might need to make that happen. So,
It's
I
also just a good
really,
technique when you have a small quilt that you've made. Maybe you made like the Moda Star or something
yeah.
like that. That's a great baby size, and you're looking for a way to make a border without making a border. All of those tips there are great ways to be able to expand upon something that you
Yeah.
already have.
And like this is, you know how sometimes you'll get panels that have like really pretty art stuff in it. This one was all fussy cut and then
I
I
love that one.
added coordinated fabrics to go around this. So this was a panel that I didn't use as a panel. So I absolutely give you guys permission to cut it up and use your favorite parts. You don't have to keep it as a panel just because it started as a panel. Um, there's another one like that. This one, I
A
think.
lot of panels are meant to be cut up, to be fair.
So
And then there's some that are
this
not
this was
necessarily, but you could anyways.
this was a full panel. The actual fabric for it was much larger, but I
Hmm.
fussy cut it to get it in the center. And I got ended up with really fun way to show off extra fabric on the back of the pillow and really was a lot of fun to do. Excuse me. I went a while without coughing. You got me talking. But it is available on Amazon now. StephanieStubbing.com will be up hopefully by the end of the winter or end of
End
the
of the winter.
weekend. End of the weekend. And then you guys
It's
can
not up by the
order
end of the winter.
you can order signed copies from there, but Amazon is fine too. You absolutely can do whatever you want there.
There
But
was a
I
Canadian
really
flag at the end of that, so I imagine that
you probably
ordering,
need to order Amazon
yeah,
Canada. But yeah. No, Amazon is good. My goal is to see my book at the number one spot in the quilts and quilting category again. Because I got to do that for Fat Quarter Patchwork Quilts, and that was or Fat Quarter Workshop.
workshop. Hmm.
Fat Quarter Patchwork Quilts did pretty good too, but it never hit number one that I was aware of. But that's my goal. I want it again. I want another screenshot because
That was the one
I,
who sent you that screenshot. I got you on that one.
I want to get a book contract. I want to prove that I got a good audience that loves Stephanie. And so
Prove that you love Stephanie, guys.
yes, go pre-order. It's all good. And then it comes out literally in like
And
four
then
weeks.
prove that you love us by coming on our cruise.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hopefully we'll know
It's so
more about
fun.
Moda by the end of next week. We're
Actually, we have
working on
some
that.
news about our trip with Orifil.
We do. Oh yeah. Why did I say Moda? We definitely are going to be doing a tour. We heard back from them.
Hmm.
We're working on solidifying dates, and we're also working on getting some factory photos so that we can actually get our real promo video out and not just the blooper reel where Chantel's talking about wanting a
Oh my
potato.
gosh. You know what? Maybe lines to memorize are not for me. I think I'm more of a improv girl.
Clearly, clearly. We were trying to read from a script, and Chantel was just
I
thinking
wanted
about
my
her potato.
potato. All right. I had a baked potato from, I almost said Hungry Howie's, from Happy, no, not from Happy Joe's either.
Hungry Howie's has been gone for so
Oh
long.
my
That
God.
was
They
the
have
best
one in
$5
Indiana.
pizza. The best $5 pizza.
John never shared his pizza with me. That always made me mad. That was before we were dating, though.
I would take my check from writing my one article for the Observer, which I got $5 for.
Oh,
Yeah. And I would buy
burn.
myself a pizza
You thought
with that.
journalism was going to be the way to get
I
paid.
did. I did. Oh, I had lunch with my
Still
old
need to win the
editor,
lottery. Yeah, I know. We still need to come up with
today,
a
and we were
grant
laughing.
program.
We were
We need to
laughing
come up.
about that.
Oh my God. We're
But
terrible.
I
I'm
know.
getting tired, friend.
I know. We should probably let it
I
go
have a
because
wedding and a vacation. We are not going to be here next week because I will be at Disney World.
we will. Chantel's doing fun things. I will be editing videos
Yes, as you
because
should.
I get 2 weekends this month that are kid free, and one of them is also husband free. So I'm planning on taking significant advantage of that and rocking it
You
out.
had no choice.
I really don't. I need to get it done. Um, I do have a list of all the videos that I need to do, and I'm plugging. I'm plugging away. I'm doing okay. One's ready to go. Like totally done, uploaded to YouTube, all the things. It just needs to be live. So get marketing. I know how to do it. I know how to do the marketing.
She's living in a fairy world where she's writing her book and things, but we're on her back.
I know. I'm gonna do it. This is what I said my goal in life is I want to get Quilt Addicts Anonymous back to the point where I can make enough money between that and then royalties from a fiction book to where I can just live my life in coffee shops. Like that's what I want to do. I want
Yep.
to like do quilting videos and write romantic fantasy and just flitter from coffee shop to coffee shop. That's my
And
new
afford
existence.
all the coffee drinks, not have to work at the
Exactly.
coffee shop to actually afford the drinks.
Yes.
No extra
Accurate.
jobs.
I want my adult Lunchable every day and my coffee, and I'll be good.
The small joys.
I know. It's not too much to ask.
No, I don't think so.
Two talented ladies. There we go.
Oh, thanks.
All right. On that note, I'm going to go get a drink so that I don't hack up along. And we will see
And
you
I'm
in
going to go
2 weeks.
to bed because I got to be up at the crack of dawn.
All right. See you in 2 weeks. I will hopefully have things to report on the video front. Stay tuned. Hopefully, you'll be getting emails from me soon, too.